What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Subjective Reviews show. Right now, it's the after party. Hopefully, you guys were watching the Four Nerds. That their stream was at 7:30 a couple hours ago. Good time. Now we're at the after party. We're at the I don't know, the whatever you want to call it. But here we are, Thursday night, getting ready for 4th of July. I've got my neighbor next to me, setting off fireworks. My son's probably awake right now, crying. It's going to be a blast, so I'm looking forward to it. By the way, I don't know if you guys have ever had this morning at 9 o'clock, I drank one of these Starbucks, what the hell is like nitro brew, whatever it was, and I have been lit all day. Like, I don't know if I'm going to sleep tonight, but I'm looking forward to this show. And without further ado, we got 8 people. Without further ado, I'm going to invite my guest. We got Zod Writer in the building.
What's up, man?
Ryan Zeverfett in the building. And the man, the myth, the legend, Dawson, nerdy in many ways.
Oh, you humor me too much, Tyler.
What's going on, fellas?
It's a good
Great
night.
to be here, man.
It's a real
Hashtag Four Nerds. Love it.
Can't wait to get into the top.
Hashtag Subjective Reviews.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yes.
squeezing into that fourth spot. Sil's not here, so I'm squeezing in. So we better watch out.
Sliding into the Four Nerds DMs.
There you go. There you go.
So
man.
we're gonna have a fun night. We got some fun stuff to talk about. You guys have probably already talked about some of the topics, but that's okay. And I have a couple that are I think fairly new, or some stuff that I've come up with. But I got a message actually from Ray Fisher, and yeah, he DM'd me and he said,
Really?
hey, he said, hey, can you send this to Joss Whedon? So I'm just gonna play what he sent me.
Haters, how do Mr. Zack Snyder's nuts feel? Boom, landing on your forehead.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
You know, for a quick second, you were like, really?
Yeah, I was like, this is legit. Holy
I
crap.
thought at one point I thought, oh my God, we are in the midst of something so incredible right now. Subjective Reviews is gonna bring Ray Fisher to the stream.
I wish.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, he's waiting backstage. Subjective just won't let him on.
You guys have no idea. That was like when Lightcast had Ray Porter on his show, and
Right.
I'm on Twitter, and everyone's like, Ray Porter's on Lightcast. I'm like, what? And I click, I'm like, oh my God, there he is.
Yeah,
And
that was nuts.
That was, man. There was a lot of people that were on that stream. I mean, it was crazy. Like, I don't even know how I got in contact with them. But yeah, it was wild.
That clip from Tyrone Magnus never gets old. Never gets old.
When I watched that for the first time, I was like, "Oh my God!" Like, I was laughing so hard, but I was like, "Man, this guy is going in right now." It was really fun. We got here, Bat Dan. I couldn't watch Four Nerds today. My power was out. Oh well, you know what? Now you can watch 3 Nerds. Plus Subjective Reviews.
Well, technically it is Four Nerds, man. I mean,
We are accepting applications.
We're accepting applications.
Sup, bro?
We're looking to weed out a few people.
because you know there's this thing about the fourth nerd. You know, it kind of.
He works with the culture nerd, and the culture nerd is just they're unreliable.
It's so full of crap.
Yeah, they kind of disagree with other people who have sources who seem to believe that Ryan Reynolds is in the Snyder cut.
We got.
We're not going to name any names here, though.
Still.
We totally follow the culture nerd, by the way. We're just totally joking.
Yeah.
We're taking it seriously.
Absolutely. Culture nerd is where it's at, 100%.
We got 44 in the building. Love 44. Great dude.
Absolutely.
Happy you showed up.
Absolutely.
What is up?
Okay, so it looks like we got 19 peeps in here. So let's just get to the first topic. Let's just go right into it. Ray Fisher statements. I know we've been talking about it. I hate to beat the dead horse, but we all know that a couple of days ago, Ray came out on Twitter and said, I would like to retract that statement. And we all know that statement. And it was him at Comic-Con talking about how Joss came in and did a good job, and it was so like kind of hard to watch, cringeworthy, but at the same time it was funny because he's trying his best to be positive because he's under NDAs and you don't want to sound negative. And then as soon as he's done, he looks at Jason, and Jason won't even look at him. Jason's like, "Hey man, I'm happy I didn't have to say it." But
he's like, "That was some good BS, man. Good BSing right there."
Yeah, he's like, "I'm not approving on that." And which I thought was crazy for Ray to even say. I was like, wow, I'm really surprised that he actually came out and said that.
Well, if you notice, he looked like he was going to cry when he was saying it. You could hear the crackle in his voice as he was saying it too. If you go back and you watch the video, it really is. You could see the anguish in his face as he's saying it.
But I was told I have to. This looked like bad, like forced PR.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah. You could definitely tell. And then the next day he comes out with the banger and says and just goes all in about Joss Whedon and John Berg and Jeff Johns, and he just threw the hammer down. And I'm noticing today that some people that I follow or I watch their videos and they're starting to say that this is Hollywood. This is how it is. A lot of directors are assholes. This is how they run their sets. And I've heard that, like especially directors like Quentin Tarantino and stuff like that. And I understand that, but at the same time, it's showing Ray Fisher's loyalty, which again the man is just so loyal to Zack. And it just shows you that when you work with a bunch of asshole directors, like Ben Affleck has worked with so many directors, but then you get a guy like Zack, and it's like they fall in love with him because of his style is different. He's not an asshole. He's showing you what he wants, but he's doing it in a nice way. And he's like one of the boys. He works out with them. He's just one of the guys, and I think that's why they love him so much.
Yeah, actors call him a calming, fun presence on set. He's a very fun guy, and he's always very open and just open and honest with the actors, and just tells them like, yeah, this is what we would like to do because it's awesome. And he lets them know like this is going to be epic. Like he's having fun with them. He's fanboying out with these actors, and I agree. It definitely is showing his loyalty. And also and you mentioned the idea that a lot of people are pointing out that, a lot of directors like this. That's true, but it doesn't mean that has to be that way. It doesn't mean that's the right way to do things. Yeah. And I think Ray Fisher's making a good point of that is like, yeah, you can be a director in Hollywood and be successful, but still be a nice guy. And Zack Snyder is proving that, as difficult as his road has been. Exactly.
And we got Hardboiled Entertainment. Haven't seen you in a while, Eric. I'm happy you're on board right now. So he's saying, Louis Centeno said yesterday that he's heard that a key actress in the cast is going to follow up from Ray Fisher. And, I'm happy you point that out because a lot of people have been saying that. And a lot of people have been saying that they hope that people come to Ray's aid because right now it looks bad. It's just him. So they need more people from the set to come out and speak on his behalf. And I think they will. I don't think they're going to keep him high and dry. But again, only time will tell. We'll just have to wait.
Reported the mother, the actress that played his mother. She also
Karen,
confirmed, what he was saying. From what Hardboiled is saying, I'm going to discount Gal because she has a movie coming up, so I don't think you're gonna hear that much from her on controversy. Same thing with the Snyder Cut when they were interviewing her and Patty, she was just like, she's not going to touch it.
Well, it all depends, though. It all depends on what is in the crystal ball for Joss Whedon, because rumor has it that there's some dirt, some very, very bad, stinky, smelly, disgusting dirt that's going to be revealed about Joss Whedon very, very shortly, which essentially would mean that Joss Whedon would be done anyway. So actors and actresses coming out distancing themselves from that guy
after that
might be the best thing that could happen. And at that point, even if Wonder Woman comes out and does that, well,
I mean, after something big dropped, yes, she'd have a little bit more, leeway or a safety net, coming out and making statements of her own or whatever, because I'm sure that, right now she's just, keeping quiet until something like that does happen. Because I don't think that I think it's uncharacteristic of Gal to come out and say something like that. Like, she told him on set, she's not going to do the whole Flash thing where, she's underneath, Ezra or whatever for that one off weird shot. that didn't need to be in the movie at all. And
Oh yeah, I mean, and did you hear the stuff that Joss Whedon allegedly said to her, like about how I'll lock you in your room, I'll steal your Wonder Woman movie, and you won't be a star anymore or whatever. Like he was really.
No, I mean that's pretty Christian Bale of him.
Alex,
Hey
guys.
Oh, hey, what's going on, man?
thanks
How
for
you
joining
doing?
the stream.
Nice shirt.
No problem. Thank you.
Oh, are you sleeping?
Just woke up.
Oh
Wow.
man.
It's like
Less
7
tired.
a.m.
Wake the fuck up!
That's tired.
Oh, I'm happy you could join us, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. Hey,
Sure.
Zod. Hey, Nerdy.
Hey.
How's
Hey.
everyone?
Hey. Doing good. It's good. It's good to
Great.
meet you. Good to see you. Good to talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the Ray Fisher statements?
Finally, everything's coming out now. I've been, suspecting everyone, like conspiracy theory, who did it, like, who ruined it, like, going all crazy. But, now that Ray Fisher has come out and is saying what he's saying, I'm not surprised. I mean, he did come from Marvel, so, he was a 00 to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, this is just a dumb side note, but I was watching all these interviews of Joss Whedon today. I've never really heard the guy talk because I was trying to put a video together. And I listened to like 3 or 4 different interviews, and every interview he did, he had a different accent. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, for a quick, like he did one interview, I swear he had an English accent. I was like, is he, like, I swore he was an American because, and then I was like, oh, well, his name is Joss, it's not Josh. But then I found another interview and he's talking completely different. I'm like, this dude, something's wrong with him. He's got a screw loose.
Yeah, well, some people do that. Like when they're talking to somebody with an accent, they'll sort of mirror or mimic the accent here.
Okay.
Some people will do that. It's just it's subconscious. Like my mom does that. She'll talk to somebody with a drawl, and she'll start talking with a drawl. I'm like, you're not.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And I'll start making fun of her, just to sort of point it out. But yeah, some people do that. They hear it and then they sort of mirror it or mimic it just because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And they feel like they're speaking their language or whatever. It's just it's odd, yes, but it does happen.
If you ever listen to Andrew Garfield do an interview or speak, he was, I think he was born in England, but he was raised in like New York or something like that. Like he moved to America like when he was like 9. And if you ever listen to him speak, he goes in and out of the accent. It's very It's
well, my uncle he moved to New Zealand, and so now he speaks. Or not now, but I mean he's always from as far as I've known him, he speaks there with their accent.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, just being around other people, you start kind of mimicking, their verbiage, their cadence and stuff like that. So
you mean like you and Christian Bale?
Well, I channel Christian a little bit, sometimes.
Yeah, no, I definitely vouch for that too, because my older brother lived in New Zealand for a while, and he came back with very much a thick New Zealand accent, especially with his eyes. He's like, "Oi," yeah, he'd very much accentuate that. And I was like, "Ha ha, you got an accent. Now you're in Texas."
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm happy that Ray has come out and he's finally having his voice heard, and like I'm just waiting for other people to come out on his behalf as well. And it's only going to get even crazier with this, with what went on behind the scenes. And from a while ago, Chris Terrio was talking about he's going to come out and say his piece, and he hasn't yet. But it looks like the NDAs are wearing off, so now they can start to speak. But
I wonder if these NDAs that you speak of actually have like a date, and everybody has like an individual date that their NDA is good until, and then after that date they can say whatever the hell they want. So for Ray Fisher, the end of the day was earlier in the week, the last NDA, and for Gal Gadot it won't be until like 2 Fridays from now, so we won't hear any. You know what I mean? Like I wonder if that's how it is, if it's that specific.
Maybe
for an individual.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Tyler,
but the timing for this, for what Ray Fisher is doing right now, it's very, like, it's odd. At the same time, it's the right time because of everything that's happening politically. So no matter what, I don't think whether Warner Brother likes it or not, they will do anything to Ray Fisher right now, considering he was as as a person of color, he was the one who suffered the most by his scenes being cut and his story being taken out of Justice League.
Yeah.
That's true, because he lost his movie for a while, and that was all down the drain. And Tyler and Zod, you bring up a great point about the NDAs. That was the first thing that came to my head when I saw those comments from him, was like, oh, his NDA's up. He's got a new contract. He's allowed to say whatever he wants about the old movie because he's not contractually obligated to not talk about that anymore.
Right. It's all
it's
all contractually political. So if you don't have an NDA, you can now start hyping and talking about your next project and talk all the crap you want about the prior project. And what I think is so funny is it's like what we were talking about yesterday. This kind of comes off to me like an old wrestling feud, like a working shoot, like where a wrestler will come on stage and will say something real about another wrestler to further the plot line of a story. But there's truth to what he's actually saying. It's alluding to a real feud or a real disagreement or something that's going on. And I kind of feel like that's what Ray Fisher's doing, because, Parademon 44 made a very, very good comment in the chat. I don't know if you've seen this yet, Subjective, but if it's okay, I'd like to read the comment if I could come across it here.
Is it this one?
Yeah. He says, why do other cast members have to say anything now? They have a long rope just saying. I think we're missing the point to this. This was supposed to rile up the people, not Hollywood. And I think, in 44, I think you're exactly right. It's riling us up. It's riling up the fans. It's riling up the people that are paying attention to this and have wanted to know the inside dirt and have had suspicions since the beginning of the Snyder Cut movement. And it's not going to change the way things are in Hollywood, because look at how John Berg responded. He truncated it all down and simplified it and made it seem like it was all just because Ray Fisher was upset that he had to say booyah. I mean, in all honesty,
stupid.
Yeah. In all honesty, we just had Karen Bryson, who plays Ray Fisher's mother in the Snyder Cut. We had her recently tweet where she backed up Ray Fisher. So I don't think it's a case of needing vindication by hearing it from other people. But I think ultimately, if other cast members were to come out and say, it
definitely helps the case.
Else, well, it's not even that it doesn't help the case. I mean, because Ray Fisher's got nothing.
I was saying it does help the case if more comes out.
Right? It does help the case. But what I'm saying is, Ray Fisher coming out and saying that, his word is good enough. I mean, he has credibility. It's not like he would just be making it up. I mean, you can go back and look at previous. Look at the Comic-Con videos. What we were talking about. It looks like he's practically in tears when he made that bogus statement about being happy about Joss Whedon. So
because I mean, that's what I was looking at the Comic-Con footage. We can imply anything we want, and we can project anything we want to what we see on the screen. So, oh, look at him. Oh, that's where he was about to cry. But in actuality, we really don't know. So having somebody else come and corroborate helps legitimize his stance and say, okay, you know what? If that's the same thing with anything. I mean, you get into a car wreck, the first thing you want to do is find a witness, because it can't just be that your statement is or your word is good enough. It's got to be that this has been substantiated and corroborated by someone else, someone outside of the two parties that are the one party that's accusing the other. And so right now, Ray has accused Joss and he's implicated Jeff Johns and John Berg. So John Berg's coming back and saying something ridiculous, which is retarded of him to do, but the other two are silent. So
I think the other two realize what would be at stake if they come out and say something stupid like what John Berg said.
Doesn't lose anything more.
It's like you gotta figure it's like this. Jeff Johns has fallen from grace so hard that if anything else happens, he might as well just pack it up because he's never going to do anything comics related again. He's done. So it's in his best interest, if you think about it, not to say anything. And sometimes it is better not to say anything at all. John Berg making the comment that he made, it just all that does is give more credit to Ray Fisher.
My favorite quote.
It's so stupid.
My favorite quote about Jeff Johns, actually, and I don't always agree with things that she says, but Grace Randolph said this a couple months ago, where she said, it's apparent that Jeff Johns does not know how to be a proper showrunner. And I made a video about that, and I was just like, no, duh. Like, really? Like, I had no idea. Thank you.
I like to point out the obvious.
Yeah. Good job, Grace.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what Parademon's saying, and also Greg Rivers is in here saying the same thing. Like, why does he need other people to come out and be by his side? Right. It's true. It just, at the end of the day, it just looks better. That's all. I completely agree with Ray. I believe him 100%. He has no reason to lie. I believe that. I'm just saying that. And he doesn't need people to come out on his behalf, but I'm just saying it just looks a little better if they do, but they probably won't because they're in a better position than him and they're not going to run their mouths.
Well, I'm not so sure about that. I think Ray Fisher probably has a new contract, which is why he's afforded the freedom to actually speak up. I don't think he would say this if he didn't have something secure.
I don't think he's just popping off, at the mouth.
Right. I mean,
okay, like, yes, you can go ahead and say, I can do that. Yes, you can go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to go ahead. Okay, go right ahead and do it.
Well, that's the best thing right now is this split. You have Warner Brothers and you have Warner Media. HBO, AT&T over here, and then you have Warner Brothers, and then AT&T, they want to give us everything that we want and more. So. If they over here gave Ray Fisher a contract to be Cyborg for HBO Max and his own series, whatever, then he can talk mad shit about the people over at WB.
Yeah, and I'm sure the people that has his back is Zach, because the tweet that he tweeted out yesterday, like, I vehemently, or what is it? I retract, wholeheartedly the statement or this statement at the Comic-Con. I forgot what it was.
Forcibly retract.
Yeah. Yes. And that verbiage right there, just goes to show you that it wasn't just, it was something that was well thought out. It wasn't just like, I'm just going to use these words that I found in this thesaurus. It was, I need to show my allegiance, my I need to realign myself with Zach, and Zach liked it. So.
Yeah, he did.
No, sorry, go on.
Oh, no, you're good, Alex. That was my done stamp.
Oh, all right. So did you guys check out the interview that Ray did with Jonita Davis on her website?
We actually talked to her about that. Yeah,
it was amazing. Right. We actually had Jonita on our show, and she talked about it. And it was Jonita is awesome, man. Salt of the earth, right there. I tell you.
Yeah, so that whole conversation kind of puts everything into perspective as to what Ray Fisher has done. He said it. I think loyalty is more to him because Zack and Chris Terrio spoiled him. Like he was saying it during the shoot of Justice League, and how much he was involved in the process of, because he said, I think my memory is a bit foggy, that he not only is he playing a person of color who is the heart of the movie, but he is also an amputee. So he has to represent, these things properly. And he was, involved. Zack made sure that Ray Fisher worked hand in hand with Chris Terrio in developing Cyborg for Justice League. Right. So after all the work that he did and how much Zack, and Chris Terrio allowed him to flourish as an actor of color in Hollywood in a big budget movie, that's why Ray is so loyal to Zack and everything since the very beginning. I mean, look at him. He literally gave up his Hollywood career and started, Twitch streaming and everything. All the while, he just kept, only for Zack. That's it.
Yeah. That's a great point.
Zack spoiled him. So, he said that maybe, that kind of skewed his perception of what a director does, but that doesn't excuse somebody trying to be abusive on set.
Right.
So...
And I like that you bring that up because, again, it points out the difference between Zack Snyder and other directors, and we mentioned before how Zack, brings his actors into the creative process. He doesn't just simply impose what he wants on the actors. He allows them to kind of think like, do you think Batman would do this? Or like, how do you feel about this? And they're like, okay, yeah, that's why they all have a fun time on set. That's why Ben Affleck had a better time on set of BVS than Justice League. Simple as that.
Exactly. All right. Well, let's get into the next topic. Enough of that negativity. Let's get into some good stuff.
Positively negative.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I guess you could say that. So, next topic of the night is the 2 secret DC movies. Yes, this has been making its rounds, and again, you guys probably talked about this already, but DC Fandome is just getting better and better and better. If you guys do not know, they're
very nice.
They have a way that you can go on their website and you can ask some questions, but you have to have a topic. So you scroll through, and they literally have everything on there: DC Comics, every movie, Zack Snyder, everything. And then at the very bottom, they have 2 spots which say DC Secret Movie 1 and DC or Secret Movie 1, Secret Movie 2. The funny thing is why are you going to ask a question about a secret movie? Like, that's the dumbest thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
the question is, what is it?
Yeah, what is okay. Yeah, like, so we got a question saying that so and so is going to be in Secret Movie 1. Like, no, you don't know anything, dude. What is it? But anyway, yeah. So they're teasing 2 secret movies, which just makes this event even bigger than what it was. I mean, you're talking Snyder Cut, you're talking DC games. It's just going to be huge. Trailers on trailers on trailers. And now you have these 2 DC secret movies that they're talking about. I seem to think that one is going to be the Ben Affleck Batman project, whatever that is, movie or the series.
I agree.
And I think the other one is probably going to be a Cyborg series or a Cyborg movie.
Yep. Hence the reason why Ray Fisher is being so vocal about what happened on Justice League.
I think they're going to talk. I think it's going to be the Amazonian movie and the Trench movie.
That's the Trench movie. That's what you think. No.
I don't think.
No way.
I agree with the Batfleck movie, and I also agree with Cyborg, but just for the sake of being different, there was someone in the chat, I believe it was Rogues Gallery. He says he hopes that one is David Ayer's Suicide Squad. That would be dope.
Oh, yes.
I want to say no for that one because that one is already coming out. I want something different.
That's fair.
Because we're getting that anyway. So give me something that's secret that we don't know. We've already... I don't want to say we've already seen this, but we already know about, Airwolf. So I want to see something different. So a Cyborg film, fantastic. A Green Lantern Corps film, like they threw up before all this stuff went down. Yeah, I'd like to go back to that original plan and see a Green Lantern Corps. I watched the extended cut of Green Lantern the other day just because I was hungry and didn't have anything else to watch.
You were hungry? That's the reason. That's a weird reason.
When I'm eating a meal,
what a reason.
Yeah, there was
Nerdy is too
was
smart.
Producer on the Green Lantern movie, and he's producer on the Green Lantern TV show. And I'm like, no, let's get a
Berlanti.
Green
Is
Lantern.
that Berlanti? Greg Berlanti or something?
Yeah.
His name. Oh,
yeah.
So we got Comic Book Craig Movies says the 2 secret DC movies are Batman versus Deathstroke and the assassination of Jeff Johns.
Yes.
Fantabulous assassination of Jeff Johns.
Somebody on Twitter, I don't know who, it escapes me at the moment, had an interesting theory about this whole Ray Fisher thing, and it said that the reason why Ray Fisher's able to come out and say this is because now this is going to be the start of the Jeff Johns comeback tour, I think is the words he used, and that this is how Jeff Johns was going to come back, is going to be able to come back into prominence in DC because he's being trashed by Ray Fisher, and he's going to come back and he's going to make amends, and he's going to try to be, try to show a whole different side and try to appeal to fans' good graces and stuff, And I mean, I don't know if I agree with that, but that's just one theory out there. You know,
What
the
are they smoking?
Wild strategy. Let's see if it works out.
That is not gonna.
wild
That's
strategy,
not gonna
Cotton.
fly. That's not gonna fly. No way.
I sure
no
hope
way.
not. I sure hope not.
I mean, when we don't sincerely hope for the death of Jeff Johns, but like at the same time, like Jeff Johns has not come back into this. Like,
I'm sorry, Matt Ghost is the best he's gonna get for years.
yeah.
Let him write another comic book, but he ain't coming back. I mean, Stargirl's entertaining, but I don't even know how much influence he has on that.
Right.
No, that's his show because Stargirl is based on
Stargirl
his,
based on his sister
who passed away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Man,
respect
it's
for
a
that.
matter- not
Thanks to
Superman.
Nerdy, I just remembered that they actually have a Trench and an Amazonian movie in the works that I completely forgot in the whole
Hey,
hype. Oh.
There you go, Nerdy.
That's peanuts, man. That's peanuts. You know what I mean? That's nothing. What
Uh.
I mean,
L, Nerdy.
what if,
Wait, what he's saying to me, Ryan? I'm confused.
He thought you were still wearing the mask.
Samus Aran
Oh.
and French movie. He said you brought it up, so I was letting you have the credit.
No. Discredit me for that,
Those aren't
please.
you know what? I'm curious to
Hashtag
know.
don't let Ryan on.
I'm curious to know if these two secret movies are things that we've never like talked about or knew about. Like when we
That
talk
could be
about
cool.
when we talk about Ben Affleck, you know what I mean? Like they know, they pay attention to Twitter and what's
Yeah,
going on.
you know what it is. You know what it is. It's that Dr. Fate and Captain Cold movie that we haven't heard anything about. That's what it is.
Dude, I'd
Cold.
be down for that, honestly. I'd be down.
Hey,
Yeah, but I mean, I would be. That's what it would have to be. Something so far out of left field. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Batman Beyond? Michael
Hey.
Keaton, Batman Beyond?
Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
I
you
mean,
know,
Roll with that.
the possibilities are endless, but
with
Yeah,
Tim Burton, they bring Tim Burton out.
Direct, yeah, exactly.
To
Tim
shoot
Burton to
him?
direct Batman Beyond based on 1989 Batman.
Okay, okay. I do. This is one thing I do agree with Nerdy. I liked '89 Batman more than I liked Returns, because Returns and then on, all of Tim Burton's sets are claustrophobic. There, it's. I
Yeah.
mean, if you look at Planet of the Apes, if you look at what was that one, the headless Darth Maul.
Sleepy Hollow,
If you look at yeah,
Darth Maul.
Darth Great Park.
Maul.
So he was the headless horseman and Christopher Walken. But if you look at his sets, they're so
Mother,
claustrophobic.
I lost my head.
Too stylized. Yeah,
My horse again.
Catwoman. I don't understand how many
Selena
times I have to
Kyle.
shoot you in the abdomen.
Turns out I can kill you, and I will.
Look at
No, but
my hair.
But I totally agree because, like, with Batman Beyond, you could go a little bit more Burton-esque with the story, but at the same time, like, I don't want to go to the extreme that Batman Return was, in my opinion. I know a lot of you out there love that movie, and that's totally cool. But I felt like Batman Returns was too much the extreme of Burton's style, which Burton's style works for different stories. I'm not saying it doesn't, but there's just some where it doesn't quite work for me personally. And so, I don't know. You would have to have a little bit of limits as to how much Burton is just thrown into this.
Okay, well, I want to throw in the fact that didn't Tim Burton make that Alice?
Yes,
those two
yes.
Alice movies.
Alice in Wonderland, and then look,
Right.
Yeah,
Looking Glass.
and also you have to take into consideration 1989, 2021. Technology has come so
That's true.
far.
That's a good point.
So
no, they could definitely help him with
so
atmospherics.
I was having this conversation with my friend the other day that a Batman Beyond movie will not work. It's because of not the costume or the Bruce Wayne. It's because the specific aesthetic of the future that they showed in the series. You know, it was very neon-esque, neo-noir, neon, and it, the background. It's like, you can put any guy in a suit. You can have Michael Keaton return as, Bruce Wayne. But
They'd have to make it look
it's-
like Blade Runner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Like it has to be like a futuristic Blade
And
Runner
there's no way
world
that
that
Keaton
makes
could
sense.
survive all that time.
Yeah, and
It'd have to be
one of the few characteristics of Batman Beyond is more than using his car or whatever, he's flying around like a bat, and
Yeah.
with boosters coming out of his shoes and all that. So
Yeah.
how will that synthetic skin tight. Like that is the most skin tight outfit of all the Batman outfits.
Oh yes.
So how are they going to translate it into the CGI? Are they going to go with CGI and whatnot?
I don't think they're going to go Batman Beyond. I think they're just going to have just a seasoned Batman from the Tim Burton universe, but with an updated outfit where he can actually turn his head.
Like Kingdom Come, like a metallic, more armored suit.
Yeah, he's going to have a different outfit, but it's going to be very reminiscent. Yes. I want to say of the Tim Burton universe, so that people don't lose their minds too much.
And real quick, I do want to make an apology to Rogues Gallery Discussions. I know Rogues Gallery Discussions loves Batman Returns, and power to him for that. It just doesn't work for me personally. Sorry, man. I don't want to sound like I'm trashing on your favorite movie or anything.
I agree. I'm just talking about Nerdy's 2 reviews that he just released. I love Tim Burton's movies, but the with the exception of the ones he produced, that was directed by Joel Schumacher.
Nerdy, I'd like to make a request for a movie for you to review on your channel. If you could do this, Star Trek 3: The Search for Spock.
Okay, I can do that. I'm not necessarily a Trekkie or anything, but I can definitely check it out.
I just want to.
You done come back and we'll discuss.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Go watch it real quick.
Oh my god! Like yeah. He's gonna watch it in 3 minutes. He's got a positronic brain. He can.
Oh my god! All right. Well, with that out of the way, let's get to
moving on.
Yes. Let's get to our next topic. This one's going to be kind of fun. We all love speculation.
Right.
So Zack Snyder teasing the future. I'm gonna try to see if I can pull this up. But I tried to pull up Vero, and apparently you cannot get on Vero's website unless it's on your phone. I don't freaking know.
That is true.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
But or you have to have a PC app that will allow Android to be installed on your computer. There's an app. It's called BlueStacks. You can install that, and you can access all the Android apps and stuff. And Vero does work on it. It's just a pain to have to install it to your PC and go through all that.
Okay, so
we'll wait.
What I'm about to say, I feel like it's my inner watchtower right now. So what I'm about to say, if Jeffrey's watching, I'm trying here. What I'm about to say, it's a little, it could be far-fetched. I could be reaching, whatever. I'm just going to put it out there. So you all remember that in the very beginning of BVS, when it first starts, before you see anything, you see that leaf flowing through the WB logo.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then you have the epic quote from Ben Affleck. There was a time above, a time before. There were perfect things.
Love that quote.
It's so good. Diamond absolutes. But
Simon summarized the entire movie right there.
Yeah. And he
People
says,
didn't notice that.
But things fall, things on earth, and what falls is fallen. In the dream, it took me to the light, a beautiful lie. Great line. I mean, Chris Terrio with the writing in that movie, it's top notch. It's some of the best. So, the other day, and no one talked about it, whenever Zach puts a post up on Vero, it's always a double meaning. He even said it. There's always a double meaning. So with that being said, I'm going to try to share my screen and show you what picture I'm talking about.
The bicycle?
Yes. I'll show you. There's 2 of them. There's 2 of them. All right. So you can see what's going on my screen. So first, see if it pops up. You guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So right there, you see the bike, and you see the leaves that are on the ground, and you see bike ride with the kids on Sunday. Now, if you guys are familiar with this, a lot of times Zach will say that he did something, but it was a lie. There was one time where he said that he just went skiing with his family, and then someone saw that his wife put that picture up 2 months before, and it was the same exact picture. So he said, like, great time skiing with it, whatever. So the prime example. So right here, he says bike ride with the kids on Sunday. Like, okay, cool. You just, there's a bike with leaves, whatever. No big deal. And then you get to the second picture. It's a close-up. Now, the thing you see right here is a leaf on the handlebars, right? If you look at the first picture, which I'll pull up right here, there, and you really have to zoom in, which I can't do, but if you zoom in, there is no leaf on the handlebars. So that leaf was put there by him. Mm-hmm. So
if you zoom in on the tires, if you zoom in on the tire, it says super on it.
Does it?
Yep.
I don't know if I can. Maybe I can zoom this. It's
Go to
really
the front tire.
It's pixelated.
On the
But
other on that
I
image.
don't even know what I'm doing right now, but let me back up and see if that works. This one right here, or on this picture
on the bottom. No, on the
this-
one picture on the right.
tread.
On the tread, yeah, on the bottom of the tread.
All right, it's really pixelated. It's not even going to come out. You said it says super?
Yeah,
the-
something super, yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't even notice that, so that makes it more interesting. But my point is again, you take this picture and then you zoom in and you see this one over here. There's the leaf. Now, that was put there by Zach. It wasn't there. You can see it in the first photo.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me think, right? This picture right here tells me that this leaf is going for a ride. This leaf was falling, but it was caught. So it's not this leaf is not completely fallen. If you understand what I'm saying, this leaf is going for a ride. And what I take from this is I take this is Zach is moving forward. This whatever is happening, there's more coming. This ride right here, that this Zack Snyder's Justice League is just getting started. This is before the ride even starts. This leaf is going somewhere. Yes.
So,
what are your thoughts?
my thoughts on this, because I actually saw this picture a couple days ago, in these pictures, and someone explained this to me. If you look at so go back to the pictures.
Okay.
So you look at, again, I mentioned the word super on the tire, right? On the tread.
I can't. Yeah.
Now look at the combination of the handlebars and the leaf. What symbol does that look like?
The bat symbol.
Yes. So connect the
Exactly.
dots. Super and Batman symbol.
BVS 2, the continuation.
Yeah.
What is coming up soon?
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
Justice Con.
Justice
Con, yeah.
So Super and Batman, Justice Con, connect the dots.
They're moving
Sunday.
forward. They're coming.
And they'll
Superman
be
and Batman are going to be on the panel at Justice Con.
on which
heard it here first.
on which day?
That's what I don't know.
No. It says it in the thing.
The what?
He bike ride with the kids on when?
Oh.
Like right with the kids on Sunday.
On
Yes.
Sunday.
They're going to be
So
there on
he's bringing
Sunday.
the
Oh my
kids
God.
on
That's
Sunday.
so perfect. Oh my God.
Okay, we
So
nailed
that's
it.
what
You heard it
that's
here
what I
first.
take out
I'm
of
a
it.
detective right here.
Well, you
That's
know
what
what?
I take away.
I had my own theory, and you just crushed it. So I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's
my,
your theory's-
my, I think
your
my
theory's
brain-
also
I mean,
really
your
good.
theory might be
My
right.
ear.
We might be completely wrong.
Right,
No,
right.
but the fact that he's
No, that's right.
Like, dude, now I feel like Zach got this bike custom made just so he can make that photo. He's like, you got to make the handlebars look like a bat symbol, and okay, I'll put a leaf there. Like, damn, dude, he's just. Oh, I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
it said super, and then the handlebars in the shape of a bat.
And you know what? When I first saw it, I was like, okay, just don't even think anything of it, because I usually don't. When I see photos like that, I'm like, it's nothing. It's literally just a bike. Don't worry about it.
We have this. This is so funny because this stream right here, when this actually happens and turns out to be true, we're gonna be the prophets. We're gonna be sitting here like, yeah, see, we told you.
Well, I
Tune
can't
into
take-
Crisis
I
on
can't
Many
take credit for
Streams.
that. I can't take credit for that. That was told to me by someone else that had that theory. So, yeah. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Very
No, but
interesting.
it's legit. It's legitimate right down to the day, like Ryan pointed out. Right
That
down
was
to the
great.
day.
Yeah,
That was good.
Well,
and y'all were about to like close the image. Well, we'll just we'll just keep speculating. I was like, wait a minute, go back. I was like, there's more.
well,
That was a great find. Wow.
you heard it here first.
Which is 26th, July 26th is a Sunday. So
Yeah, so that's when they'll be there. Wow.
Maybe the closing moments of the event, maybe.
That's usually when he does it.
it will be awesome if they're like, oh no, wait, it's gonna be digital. Wait, there's no stage. Damn it.
No, I totally get what you mean.
It's
there.
it's a Zoom call, so they'll all be.
So they'll just pop on from back.
Oh, we
Well,
got
they'll be backstage on a Zoom
Phil's
call.
here. What the? I didn't even see him. Sil.
Still,
What
oh,
the-
look at him.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
I'm
What
back
you
to eat
eating?
my
Is that
pizza,
pastrami?
man. Got some pizza. But
Yes, yes, sir.
I will.
Hey, Sil.
I will say that I heard that Zack Snyder is going to be at Justice Con on Sunday. I did hear that.
There you go.
See?
Yeah, you heard it here first.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
Last week I heard something.
Yeah, right.
I would have told you last week too, Sil.
But doesn't it? But still, does the theory not make perfect sense as it was pointed out right here?
Zach said, I'm sorry I got a full mouth, but Zach said,
got a full mouth.
He said whatever put
meat
you puts out
lovers?
there. He said, is it literal or is it symbolic? Zach said it's always both. He said when you put something out, it's always symbolic and both. So. But yeah, I heard he was coming Sunday. Yeah.
Boom. Booyah.
Boom.
Can't wait.
And he's
Bazinga.
bringing the world's finest with him. He's bringing the world's finest with him.
Yes, he
Very
is.
possible. Very possible.
Is it bicycle?
No,
Bicycle. Bicycle. Yes.
I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike.
That's a good song, man.
Yes.
Lightcast want to come too if you want to send them a link.
Dude.
It's in there. I
Matthew.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sent
let
the
him
link.
know.
I sent the link to all the DC
Oh, nice.
Fandome guys.
Okay.
I'm trying.
yeah, that's
let me
right.
see. Yeah, so if he wants the link, it's in there.
Okay.
Booyah.
But yeah, you know what? Speaking of that, brings me to my next thing that I wanted to let everyone know is the DC Fandome live event. So this is something that I wanted to do, and I picked I got like 9 guys right now. If I don't know if you guys have heard, but StreamYard, they only used to allow you to have 6 people on. Now they allow you to have 10. So if Matt from Lightcast decides to come on, he can come on, and we can have 7.
Oh yeah.
Unite the 7.
Let's just hope he has some pants on today.
I'm about to eat my pizza right now. So.
No, he's not Joseph. He's not Joseph.
Hey, listen, I was just gonna say I've got some pants on today. So
He emphasizes today. It's the first day.
today.
So with that being said, I wanted to, and I've been throwing this idea around maybe a couple weeks ago. I wanted to do a live stream event with like 9 or 10 of us, and if you tell us that the DC Fandome event is going to be 24 hours, if you tell us it starts at 10 a.m. in the morning, whatever that is, Eastern Pacific time, thinking about getting us all on before, maybe 10, 20 minutes before, and then just diving into it all at once, and that way you guys can watch us, and we can all watch the whole thing live together.
Live reaction. And
All the
everything.
exactly all the trailers we can just, and of course if Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer is on there, that's number 1, no doubt. We go right to that. We watch it. You see our live reactions. You watch for the first time. We watch for the first time, and then we just talk about it for probably over 2 hours, just the trailer itself. And then we go to the next trailer, and then we go to more information and more content. It literally is going to be insane because the content.
No sleep till.
Yeah.
DC
I mean,
Fandome.
half of July or the end of July through August, we're going to be dissecting like everything.
Hashtag caffeine.
Yeah, it's gonna be like you get a trailer, you get a trailer, we all get a trailer.
I mean, it's like I don't know how exactly it's going to be set up. I mean, we have a general idea. You go in and you it will guess kind of direct you, or you'll have different ways you can get to. But it's going to be like possibly. I'm saying like Zack Snyder's Justice League, James Gunn's Suicide Squad trailer. What else?
We can get it. We can get food and drinks during the James Gunn Suicide.
But like a trailer for the new Batman game, like just stuff like that I'm looking forward to. And then like I want to hear Walter. I want to hear Walter Hamada. I want to see him because apparently he's supposed to be there. He's supposed to do something. He's never been interviewed, and I want to listen to see what he has to say about what's going on and everything. But it's interesting because by that time, do we think they're going to actually have like panels there, or is it all going to be like, you know what I mean? Like, is there going to be live panels, or do you think it's all just going to be recorded? Like, are people going to be together, or is it going to be like Zoom call? You know what I mean? Like, I really wonder how it's going to be.
I'm thinking live panels.
I don't think live
in the same
panels,
location.
Go
ahead.
No, I heard there was some interactive elements to it. So I do believe Zack Snyder will go live during DC Fandom because they made it a big deal that he's a part of it. So I do believe that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think everyone will have live panels because otherwise, why are they taking the questions now? Because it's COVID and everything, and people have different schedules. At the same time, a live digital Comic Con or DC fandom like this has never been attempted before. So there's many chances of something going wrong. So as Sil said, some will be live, like Zack, he loves the fans, so he will do the fans right. But maybe some of the actors or whoever and other people may not be able to make it live. So that's why they're taking the questions now.
And you could also argue that that's also to like vet the questions to make sure that all the questions that come through are like, relative to what's being talked about or appropriate. That could also be like a counter argument that could be put to you there. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, some of the big stars. I mean, I think Dwayne Johnson will go live at some point.
Oh yeah, I mean he had his own graphic.
Yeah, they're going to tweet out. They're going to So it's going to be some live elements to it.
Yeah, he's got a panel.
So you think it's going to be like there's going to be some stuff on there from the jump, and then there's going to be events where it's like maybe in 2 hours so and so is going to go live.
Right. Yeah. Like as soon as it launches, you're going to have like a bucket of trailers you can like instantly access. And then you're going to have they're going to put out a schedule probably a week or two before where you will see, okay, this is Zack Snyder's panel. This is Dwayne Johnson's panel. It's going to be something like that.
Dude, I got goosebumps today at work. Sorry, I just want to throw this out there. I got goosebumps today at work because I was thinking about the trailer and what's going to be in it. And for some reason, I was just envisioning what's going to be in it. And I pictured it closing with like a beat down like Hal Jordan. And he's saying the Green Lantern, like whatever it is. I don't know exactly what.
Green Lantern's life.
And Blackest Day.
Yeah, and like the
Darkest
way.
Night.
Yeah, and the way he's saying it is just so intense. And I just got chills. I don't know why. I don't know.
Wow. So you actually saw the trailer in your head. And you got goosebumps just from that. That is brilliant.
You heard it here first, folks.
I drank this Starbucks cold brew. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying, Zod, there have been many nights in my dream. I saw the Snyder Cut, a version of it, and I was enjoying myself until I woke up. So,
yeah, I've had that. I've had that happen too. Where I've dreamt that I saw the Snyder Cut and woke up and realized it wasn't real. I didn't see it, but you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I drank this, and I said this in the beginning of the stream. I drank this damn cold brew, Starbucks cold brew, which I've never had before, and I was shaking all day. Like I was trying to get like hyped for work because it was going to be a busy day, and I was just shaking, and I was just thinking of the craziest shit, and that was one of the things I was thinking about. And I was just getting so hyped. I was like, oh my god, I need this. I can't wait for the trailer.
Didn't you learn from the movie Limitless to not experiment on substances before you do something important? Did we not learn from this?
Listen, this is all I'll say.
Helicopter.
Well, typically I only drink
I'm
coffee
just
on the
kidding.
weekends. I just drink coffee for the taste, just on the weekends. I don't drink it during work, which makes no sense. But anyway, but today I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get one of these cold brew things, whatever. And I saw that in a normal cup of coffee, there's 95 milligrams of caffeine, and in this cold brew thing, it was 250 milligrams. So, yeah, that was
yeah. You know, I start every day off with one of those,
it's
Starbucks
also clear to me now.
Starbucks double shot espressos, and the clarity level throughout the day is incredible. Like everything is in HD. Everything. It's like whoa.
Joseph's just like
he's like, this is 4K.
Right. It's like I look around. I'm like, look at the stain on that wall. It's in 4K. It's so vivid.
I can read the disclaimer.
Is this real life?
Right. That's how it feels.
You guys are lucky that you can have coffee. I had to quit coffee because of hypertension.
Whoa! Yeah, I feel bad. I feel that. My condolences, my friend. Wow.
Don't feel bad about it. I'm not a coffee drinker either. So.
All right. I drink a lot of green tea now. So I have a question for Sil. And for the DC fandom, do you think there will be simultaneous events happening at the same time? Because they kind of did show like different halls. So do you think the comic guys and the TV guys and the movie guys and the video game guys are going to have different events happening simultaneously in different halls?
I think the point of it is for you to hop around. If something grabs your attention, you can go and listen and watch the video and interact. And that's why they're doing the whole thing about submitting all your questions for the different events and the different types or categories. So.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be very like multiple things. What and what's your name again? I'm sorry, like
my name is Ryan.
KoozyCast.
Got you, Kuzik. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool. I never seen your face before, so I know you're a big supporter of the Core Nerd. So what's up to you, my buddy? But yeah, I heard there's gonna be a lot of They're gonna have like a little kid zone going on, so you're gonna have some Wonder Woman. Wonder Brothers, Looney Tunes type stuff going on with the kids. And then you're gonna have like Zack Snyder going on over here. So it's gonna be like fully like 24
section.
hours. Exactly. 24 hours. You're gonna have a roadmap before it comes. And then you're gonna kind of know what time you gotta be where you need to be. So but I do believe like as soon as it drops, you're gonna have like a bucket of trailers like from the jump.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna kind of schedule from there.
I also heard that there's gonna be like a queue. Like they were saying that before you even go into the whole fandom universe or the whole event, your IP, like that's gonna be you or digitally, your IP is gonna be queued up. And once you get access, so you could be, even if you go in, you could be behind 10, 20, 30 people. It depends. So there's a lot of things that we don't know.
I tell you, man, it's all trial and error right now because of, like I said, COVID and everything that's going on. So, but we're gonna have a better idea. Like I said, 2 weeks before, we're gonna have a very better idea of a roadmap, to what we're doing. So yeah, we're waiting on that right now.
Eric
as excited as I am, I'm gonna be very chill during the fandom because I know you all are gonna be getting the trailers. And
I'm not gonna be chill. I'm not gonna be chill for these events.
I'm gonna flip out. Are you kidding me?
Tyler's gonna drink he's gonna drink cold brew nonstop.
The live stream might actually be a bad idea because if you have 10 of us on the same live stream talking about the trailer all at once, it's just going to be pandemonium.
I don't envy the person who's in charge of the stream. I do not envy
that we need to have paddles. You like hold up our paddle like I have a question. I'd like to make a comment.
Everyone's going to be muted and like, okay, you go. You got to stay. Eric from Hardboiled Entertainment, he talks about Deathstroke section for questions. It says it's very interesting that there's a death. Yeah, that is very interesting. And so, anyone on the panel, what do you guys think about that? Because I know that they just released that trailer for the animated movie, the Deathstroke animated movie. But do we think it's about that, or do we think that it's about Joe Manganiello?
Joe Manganiello.
No, I would say it's the cartoon because I think they're saving the Joe Manganiello for one of the secret movies. I think that's
Well,
so I think Deathstroke because it's not going to be a Deathstroke movie. It's going to be a Batman movie with Deathstroke in it.
Well, Ryan's wrong. Deathstroke is not a secret movie. But I will say, I do believe that he is right in the fact. I think it's the animated movie for the Deathstroke part of that, because I think that's going to be actually pretty cool. The animated movie.
I'm right.
Yeah.
90% of the time.
Because
it works every time.
You're part of the cultured nerd. You're part of the culture. You're a secret member of the cultured nerd. Ryan.
No, he's not.
They've got to go through.
Yeah,
they're like, is this
right now?
I'm like,
It's like the Rorschach of the color.
I love you. I love how you did that. So I love how you did that. You're like, no, we shouldn't.
No.
So definitively. No.
Oh man,
that is not a fact.
Well, Dawson, you said you had to go.
I do. Yeah, it's getting late, and I don't want to keep people here too awake too long.
Put your towel on.
But again, I appreciate you having me on, Tyler. I'm glad to have another stream with my good friends here from Foreigners. Be sure to check out our latest episode that just aired a couple hours ago after the show, of course, because stay for Tyler's stream because he does great stuff. Great to meet you. Remind me your name again one more time. I'm sorry.
KoozyCast.
KoozyCast. So great to meet you. Always great to meet a fan of the show, and you bring up some great points. And I'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Yeah, check out my channel.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
We'll definitely check it out.
Dawson is out.
Shout out my boy Fatal J. He's
Fatal in the building.
What's up, Fatal J?
We got the link in there. Get this guy on. I've been
Yeah,
talking
get
to him.
Fatal
Hey,
in here.
hey,
all day. Or not DMs, but,
I put the link out to you
comments.
guys, the guys in the DC Fandome DM.
Yeah, check your DM, Fatal.
If he wants to jump in, yeah, it's in there.
The link is in there.
Yay! Yes.
Yeah, it's your boy Fatal in the house.
Ninja Vanish.
Yeah, he's always coming in like he left something.
Exactly.
Man, you know,
Starting every show like he left something, and he is very, very forgetful. But hey, we love him.
you guys ever watch the Dark Council shows?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching that the other day. I was at work, man. That was a great time. They have a good time over there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then Abu Nas up in there eating his food like still right now, drinking.
Yeah.
and then in the midst of every show, he starts rapping. So that then turns into a musical.
Yeah,
Drop some beats, man.
Abu Nas is
Alex
lit,
can take us
man.
home.
Abu Nas is lit.
I was dying.
Yeah.
I was dying because their last one, he started talking about strippers and the views started going down. They had like over 100 people and it went down to 70. And
Don't say that word. That's a buzzword, Tyler.
the guy that was what's it? Drunk 3PO or whatever. He was running. And he was like, "Hey man, we got to stop talking about strippers because I'm losing all my viewers." It was funny, man.
That's good.
But Abu Nas keeps it very real, man. He keeps
I
it
love
very
Abu,
real.
man.
Absolutely, man. Gotta love him.
And because of where he is in his life, he don't give no shit. He doesn't.
And he's great. He's great people too. He's a really, really great dude.
Mm-hmm.
And
Most
you know,
definitely.
it's so surprising that someone from such hard knocks is so respectful towards you, no matter how you talk to him, even whether you're on a stream or on Twitter. He's so respectful.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
It's amazing.
Yeah, he's respectful.
And I love him for taking Jody on. So that was just like, oh,
That was
shit.
an awesome video.
That was one of the best. That was one of the best videos I've ever seen in
It's
my
like
life.
Muhammad Ali just walked up to Jody, man. It was like, what?
So we got Comic Book Craig says, doesn't the Deathstroke film come out on August 4th? Is that true? I'm not sure if that's is that true.
I don't know. I'm not following it. I have no idea.
I still need to watch the trailer. What is that even
Google
called?
it.
Deathstroke. What's it called? Knights and Dragons.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see when it comes out. It says it's wait a second. It's first episode January 6th. The CW. What the hell's going on?
Oh, it's a
CW.
franchise. I mean, series.
But that
It's a-
doesn't make any sense.
Well, there's a
It's a
movie.
CW
Well, there's a
thing.
movie coming out, and then maybe the series is going to be after the movie.
Follow
Well, it's all
anime.
online.
Okay, no, yeah, here it is. It's the movie August 4th. Yeah, they were right. That's when the movie's coming out.
There you go, Google.
And you see who's playing Deathstroke or doing
Is
the
that where
voice?
you get all your scoops?
The best
Still?
source
Google?
ever.
What?
Google and Reddit.
Yeah. 4chan? Is that where you get it?
4chan.
Kotaku, 4chan.
Yeah.
Right.
4chan, 8chan.
That's it. You cracked it.
Do you guys have any idea who's doing the voice for Deathstroke? I bet you have no idea.
I don't.
All right,
No.
you ready for this?
Tyler, I don't think any one of us are even curious
Joe
about
DiMaggio.
who's doing it.
I know you don't care, but I think it's interesting. Check this out.
No. I'm saying that none of us were following the movie. So,
Oh,
you know, this is
really?
new news.
Michael
The thing?
Chiklit. Yeah. What in the world? Oh
Oh, that's the guy from the Shield.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fantastic Four, The Shield. Yeah, he's a good actor. He's a really good actor.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we got some more peeps popping up. Fatal was here, but he left.
Oh,
And we got Lightcast in the building.
Oh man,
Matt.
he's gonna overtalk me the whole time now.
Is this Matt or is this Taylor? Which one is it?
I think it's Taylor.
This is Taylor.
Do you have a beard or no?
I have nothing. They call me
You're not wearing any clothes?
I got clothes on, bro.
Thank you. You just threw the shirt on.
I did actually. I got no pants on.
Oh,
We didn't ask you.
wow.
We didn't ask you that at all.
You want to know what's on that
We'd
screen?
like to start with the Star Spangled Banner. Everyone stand, please.
Lycast is not culture nerd. That's why everybody know that.
Ah, damn it.
Well, can I say this though? Can I say this though?
Damn, Sil.
Lycast,
I am not affiliated with this man.
Lycast might as well be.
He might as well be. Yeah. But officially, he's not culture nerd.
I love all your corrections tonight, Sil. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be great banter back and forth when we co-host on your YouTube channel. Because I really can't wait. It's gonna be great. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna say a bunch of stupid stuff and just let you correct me all night.
Hey, you're the first guest. You're the first guest, Joseph.
So Fatal showed up and then he dipped out as soon as I was about to click on his face.
Oh man.
I don't know.
We gotta get 10
He's
people in here,
teasing.
man.
He's a big
I know we
tease.
need to test this thing out, man.
Yeah.
10 people. Let's
What's
go.
that? Where's Fatal? I just have to say,
is it
where's
Prime?
Fatal J? Oh, okay, never mind.
She said, "Get back to
It
bed."
will be funny that Zod is screaming, "Where is Fatal J?" and he shows up behind his couch. He's like, "I'm right here."
Oh yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool. And then he'll be like, back like I love something. He'll be like, oh shit, okay. All right, I got it. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, here's your pants.
Back at it again. What's going on, YouTube?
See, and you know what, Ryan? Truth is, I was looking for those black dress pants, so I bet you Fatal J took them.
Well, yeah, he has an interview.
What we got here? We got. Wait, I thought Lightcast is a journalist. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Well,
Well,
he might not be a journalist, but he definitely has journalistic integrity. So let's just
Oh,
put
there
it
you
there.
There
go.
we go. There we go.
Thank you. Thank you.
have you heard
I
anything
wouldn't have said
about this Deathstroke tab? Oh, he's got his little doggy.
Let's have a moment of silence for the big pink elephant in the room right now.
So, have you heard anything about the Deathstroke tab that's attached to the questions for DC Fandome?
I thought we had that question. Oh, okay.
Oh no, I want to
Calm
ask
down.
Oh yeah. I saw that. They added a few more. Was there Black Adam? There's the Flash. A lot of people are getting confused. The Flash TV to the Flash movie. And then, did you see that they actually still have the secret movie 1 and 2 still up? It's only on your phone.
Still up?
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
when I first checked it, I was checking it on a computer, and I saw that was posted a couple days ago. And I was checking on my computer, and it wasn't there. I was like, "Oh, they took it off. That's weird." But then I checked on my phone, and then it popped up. So I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it's on there on iPhones only. So.
Oh wow. Well, I guess that cuts me out because all I got is Android.
So you can't watch the DC Fandome without an iPhone. You heard it here first, exclusive.
Yep. Gotta have an iPhone to watch it.
We got Michelle Lee. Chris Wong just finished his stream, so maybe he'll come. I don't think he will, but thank you.
Yeah, exactly. You know, some of us are heroes and some of us are villains.
Next question.
Hashtag sad. What can I say?
Hashtag we promise you.
We promise.
No, it's funny.
You know, someone the other day, they mentioned to me on here, I think it was actually Iffy, said something about Giganta being in the Snyder Cut or something. And I had no idea who that was. I had to look her up.
Giganta would be legit, but she would be in a Wonder Woman film.
Well,
So,
I looked. Well, they said that it was attached to the cast of the movie of Zack Snyder's Justice League. I looked it up and I couldn't find it, so I don't know where they were getting that information from. But I thought it was interesting.
Again, Tyler, we talked about this before. It could be from the the final scene where you see the family. Remember, Zack said you do see Darkseid and his family. So,
Yeah.
She was never a Fury though, Giganta.
No, she would never was.
She wasn't.
Oh,
No,
well,
she
you know
wasn't.
what?
It was Big Barta, Granny Goodness, Grail, and someone else.
That would
Mongol?
actually make
Was it
sense.
Mongol or something?
That would actually make sense.
Mongol is
that
a
Giganta's
guy.
because there's no
part of Apocalypse,
and we know one family that will not be in the Snyder Cut for sure.
Who?
The Russian family.
I thought you were going with Reynolds.
Family.
Zayetsky. Okay.
Man, I was waiting to see what Zach did with them.
Lashina,
Dude, like how?
I think she's the other Fury, according to my son.
I think it's pretty obvious now that Whedon, he did all that shit on purpose. I mean,
He put in the whole Russian family.
Everything he did with that movie, it's just like, come on, man. Like you thought those were good ideas. I think it was purposely sabotaged.
For my Soyibo, yes, we're definitely going to get a Man of Steel 2 definite on the books.
You think so?
Yeah.
Will it be called that?
No, they'll probably call it something like Man of Steel Part 2, the continuation of Cal.
You know what it's gonna be called? You know what it's gonna be called? It's gonna be called Superman Kal-El. No.
Only if Nicotine is directing.
Which he won't.
Which he won't. More certainty from our cultured nerd over here.
Gotta correct everything. Hey.
I think Josh
he keeps us in check.
Joss Whedon just joined the stream.
It'd be cool to see something different, kind of like they did with the Dark Knight or Batman Begins or whatever. It'd be nice to see something like Last Son of Krypton or Man of Tomorrow or something like that.
I mean, the whole thing with Man of Steel,
Man of Steel
2, if you will, I think that Zach wants to finish what he started. So if there is ever going to be a Man of Steel 2, I think it's going to be after Zach is officially done.
Exactly.
Well, right, because
after Zach's arc.
Yeah, I agree because like he said, all of his movies are an amalgamation or one huge Superman arc, one huge Superman movie.
Yeah,
that's poor choice of words.
Superman amalgamation. There you go.
A combination of different ideas in this.
That's a big word.
Well, I mean, Zach had a 5-part arc that the culmination, I think that's the word you was looking for, the culmination of the 5-part arc will give you the true Superman.
Tyler, get this man out of here.
Yeah, because it was always meant to be Superman's journey with the Justice League as the supporting.
Exactly. Kuzi's right.
God, I gotta hand it to you, Tyler. This is a hell of a panel tonight. This is awesome.
Yeah, I planned this. Most definitely.
The quest to stop Whedon.
I think Josh actually just woke up from his nap.
I'm less tired.
Wake the fuck up.
The wrath of Whedon.
More accurate.
That's good.
Man of Steel 2.
Directed by Joss Whedon.
No, it's directed by Steel.
Oh my God! Could you imagine?
Oh man, that'd be lit.
A Superman movie directed by one half of the cultured nerd.
Man of Steel lit.
I think we should have it with this backdrop, and I disagree. We're never gonna film this thing.
I don't have that clip. I'm sorry. I don't have that clip. I wish I did.
Nobody would have the inside scoop because he'd be, he's the only one that he's gonna leak to. He's his own source.
I was thinking, like, since Joss Whedon after Age of Ultron, like the second Avengers movie, people said that the Age of Ultron broke like Joss Whedon, and I think right after that, for him to come on to Justice League, it's like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like the rebound. So he took out all of his frustrations out on Justice League that he got from Marvel. Maybe I'm just saying. Like
he was saying, okay, they're hiring me on for more cape shit. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tinker with this and just completely make a bad movie like they accused me of making the last Avengers.
Yeah. it's kind of like the rebound relationship after you have a long
yeah,
exactly.
breakup.
Yeah. Well, basically, you're just doing whatever you want, just trying different things to see what works.
Yep.
And what doesn't. Even the messed up face.
or basically he is taking out his frustration from Age of Ultron out on Justice.
Yeah.
Well, I told you I listened to like 5 different interviews before I started this stream of Whedon, and pretty much in every single interview he was talking about how tired he was and how he just wants to sleep because he's been putting all this effort into the Avengers movies, and every single interview, I'm tired. I can't wait. I don't
even think he's ever done an interview about Justice League. Has he?
You know, no, he. Well, there was an interview. The last interview he did, I think that I watched a snippet of it, was at the premiere of Infinity War, Avengers Infinity War, and they were talking to him about the fact or something. So, when did Infinity War come out? Was that?
That was 2017 as well, right?
I want to find it.
No, I think that was 18, wasn't it? Because Endgame came out last year, so they were a year apart.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it was 2018. I think.
Yeah, it was after Justice League.
Yeah, so I believe they probably talked to him about it then, but I didn't watch the whole interview, but it was real quick, and it was talking about something with the writing.
What accent do you have?
Yeah, what? Yeah, I want to find that.
April 23rd, 2018, Infinity War when it came out.
Yeah, so of course he was there for the premiere of that.
Oh yeah, because he did Marvel's bidding by destroying Justice League, so he was welcomed back to all Marvel events.
Didn't Jeff Johns share the script of Justice League or BVS with
Feige? Oh yeah, he shared Justice League and BVS with Feige. Yep.
Yeah, he shared it with me too.
Listen, this is gonna sound like violent, but you know, I don't care about Whedon. I don't care about John Burke, but Jeff Johns is the one guy. If I ever meet him, I just want to give him a good big, just one.
Punch him in the mouth. Punch him in the mouth.
Yeah, just
punch him in the dick.
Don't do that to him.
I don't want to go.
That's where you deserve to get hit.
No, kick him in the nuts and punch him in the face. Not kick him. Punch him in the dick.
Don't do that to him.
Here we go. Here, Whedon did an interview where he went into what he was going through with the Russian family.
I just wanted my super friends.
I'm looking for an interview where he's talking anything about Justice League, and I can't find it.
It's not going to happen.
He made the movie and just left.
Yeah.
He'll never talk about it.
Yeah, well, when you think about it, he did almost no press for it. There was no interviews or anything. That's how you know it was such a bad environment on the set of that movie, because he wasn't around for any of the.
Well,
it's such a huge undertaking. You know, I mean, it's something that you would want to stand on top of. You know, kind of flex a little bit and say, "Hey, look what I did." You know, I came and I fixed it. I fixed what Zach broke. You know. And he didn't do that. And you know why? Because he was hiding behind the curtain. You know, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Right. He's just like the Wizard of Oz. Totally.
The Wizard of Oz.
Well, he even looks like the Wizard of Oz.
Did you guys see Cheetah? The look of Cheetah?
I think I did.
It looks good.
I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it? Here, I'll send it to you guys.
It looks good.
Oh, you know what? I'll what's that
should
called?
Pop up.
I'm still not.
I'll put it in your guys' stream. Here you go.
I'm not sold on the movie itself, but I think Cheetah's gonna look good.
There you go. It's in the Twitter DM.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
It's in the. Okay, let me pull that up. But I want to talk about the whole Zack Snyder thing. Did you on the DVD for Justice League? Yes, I bought the DVD. Unfortunately, I did. What was interesting is, they were still, WB was trying so hard to say that, oh yeah, this was Zack's movie and we didn't do him wrong and everything. But if you watch the behind the scenes, every time they do those special features for DVDs, they always have interviews with the directors. And throughout the whole, every single segment of the special features of that DVD, they didn't interview Zack, or they didn't have any of that footage at all. They would show Zack with the actors. They never showed Whedon at all, not once.
They showed Whedon a few times, but it was always the back of Whedon's head.
Oh, I never saw that. But yeah, they never had Zack doing an interview, and I'm like, you guys are doing a horrible job trying to save face right now. But okay, let's see. You sent
Okay, let's look at this whole situation from multiple perspectives. You had Joss Whedon, venting his frustration. You had Jeff Johns clamoring for his super friends, all right? And then you had the executives from then Warner Brothers who were worried that they were going to lose their job after the 18th merge.
3D.
So you had Kevin Sugihara, you had John Berg, and you had Toby Emmerich. And that's why because they didn't know whether coming into, I think, 2019, they were going to have a job or something. So I think for the year-end payout or a bonus to themselves, because a lot of money was reallocated for the reshoots, which it did not need to, around like $200 million or something. I don't know, something like that. Still, I think you would be more informed on that.
I think they spent almost
So a movie that Zack needs about maybe 50 to 60 million now was reshot using $200 million. Where did that money go?
Yeah.
Joss Whedon and his,
No. I'm just saying.
It went into the CGI of Henry Cavill's face.
No. All jokes aside, if you do look at it like carefully, it was like not just one person. You can't just blame Joss Whedon. It was like a whole bunch of people from different angle, from the corporate section.
You're thinking of John Berg and Jeff Johns. They ran DC Films, so they had the choice to do.
And Kevin Sugihara.
No, Kevin Sugihara is he's like the guy you go to be like, hey, by the way, we're gonna do this. Can you just sign this? And he's like, done.
He got a bonus.
He's taking advice from these two people that run this department of the film, which is John Berg and Jeff Johns were running DC Films, so they were overseeing the project. Now, Kevin Sugihara's job is to ensure that they're staying on track. So
I disagree. Click.
So when you look at that from that perspective, from a business perspective, Kevin Sugihara doesn't care if the film is going to come out looking like this or looking like this. He only cares the return investment. He just has money stake in it. So now if he's telling them, hey, this movie needs to come out this year because we can get our bonuses, that's all he cares about. So that's his goal. For Jeff Johns, it's like, I want the future of these films in stake. So I'm going to take over Wonder Woman. I'm going to do this. And then John Berg is like, yeah, it's going to make us look good. So of course, both of them are really in stake to this idea that
there you go.
Best to
my phone had a spasm.
All good, buddy.
To overrun this film and say, hey, let's just push the film out. It's going to do successful. People are going to like it. And guess what? The backlash came. It was a piece of shit. Nobody cared. Everybody made fun of it. Everybody looked bad. AT&T were the ones that bought Warner Brothers and said, hey, by the way, what happened with 2017 Justice League? That was a piece of shit. Whatever happened what's the Snyder cut we hear about? Does it exist? No, it doesn't exist. Well, let's see it. Let's see it for ourselves. Then what? Zack Snyder goes and shows them the film and says, here's my cut. And by the way, I have a different cut that's 4 hours long, 5 hours long. You guys want to see that too? I was like, you know what? The executives are like, no, we don't want to see it, because if this movie comes out, it's going to unleash Pandora's box. And look, it's already starting.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, Zack said in Snyder Con that there was going to be mass hysteria out in the streets. Well, it's already mass hysteria and everybody's home.
So here we go. We got like the first official look, if you want to call it that, of Cheetah. So what do you guys think?
Looks good.
Yeah, I mean, even for a distorted image, it looks really nice.
3D. It looks like 3D.
Yeah.
All right. This is my opinion. To all the Wonder Woman fans, I hope you enjoyed this movie. I got my Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to. So everyone who's going to Wonder Woman 84, I hope you guys have a good time.
Good call.
What?
You're the man, Alex. You're the man.
What are you talking about, man? Wonder Woman 84 is going to be on HBO Max, just like the Snyder Cut.
The way things are going, it looks like it just might.
They probably
That's true.
Oh snap!
Well, Zod, I'm from Bangladesh, so I have to get a VPN and then try and get an HBO Max. So I have a whole.
Well,
lot
I'm
of
glad.
red
I'm
tape
glad
to go
you're. You know
across.
what? I'm glad that you're aware of the great thing that is the VPN because.
Oh, he's pulling up.
Oh, it's the troll.
What was that?
Who's
Nick
that?
Trolla. It's Nicotrolla.
Oh, I can't see it because the screen is so small.
Nicotrolla.
It doesn't get any
Hey,
better.
Nick.
Nick.
That's hilarious.
That's the last thing I need.
Oh, we got
Hey.
seven, boy. We got seven, boy.
Are you at work?
Unite
Are
the
you at
seven.
work,
Yeah,
Nick?
I am.
You at Costco? Where's that?
Wow,
Costco?
Costco.
I'm not.
Are you in the
case
break
someone's
room?
watching, I'm not.
Yeah, work.
No, I'm not.
He's like-
I'm at my desk.
Well, guys,
All right, guys,
I
I
was
only have
wondering
to
Your
check
why
desk
you
in a
changed to
closet?
formal.
hey,
Change the subject. Change the subject.
Whisper. Gotta be quiet. It's a library.
Helicopter.
this Zack Snyder thing. What y'all think about that?
Hey, so Matt, what's up with the Cheetos?
Martha.
The what?
Martha.
Oh my God.
What?
Who?
The what?
You guys are terrible.
Callum, no.
hey, I got some bad news.
Martha.
I gotta go.
Oh no.
No. Hello, no.
Listen, it's my.
I understand.
Why'd you say that name?
It's my 4-year wedding.
Why did you say that name?
Yeah. Why did you say that name?
It's my 4-year wedding anniversary, and my wife just texted me. So
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
Dex.
better go. You better
yeah,
And you did a stream on the anniversry?
Go have some fun, bro.
yeah, I did.
go. Yeah.
Hey, Nicotina, you got here just in time.
Man, Nicotina, are we jumping on your stream next?
Yeah. Hey, go ahead and plug yourself.
I appreciate you guys all coming on. I
Yeah.
really do. It was a blast. I wish we could do this for a lot
Thank you
longer.
so much.
Tomorrow
Yeah,
I'll be on
you and me
Nick's
both.
show. I don't. And
All
apparently
right.
You're gonna have some
Yeah,
four nerds on there as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you guys are all welcome, and I don't know who you are, but you're welcome too, buddy.
Oh, Koozie, my dude. Yeah.
Koozie Cash. Koozie.
Koozie Cash.
Back online. Yeah, we're gonna bring
yeah.
Koozie back.
All right, guys. Again, I appreciate you guys coming on. It was a blast. We had a fun time, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
All right.
All
right,
right,
man.
man.
All right.
I
Later.
followed you, Koozie.
Later.
I'll
Happy
hit you up,
anniversary.
Tyler.
Happy
I'll hit you up.
anniversary.
Sounds good. All right, bye.
Wait, so where do we go from here?
I don't know.
Well, you can